Okay, so there's a 12% here. Yeah, I have to off the video because my CPU is actually very high. Okay, so now the topic I'm going to cover here is the VLAN principles and configurations. The objective on completion of this course, you'll be able to understand the background of the VLAN technology, identify the VLAN to which data belong. We master different VLAN assignment mode, how many different types, describe how data communication is implemented through VLANs. And last, master the basic VLAN configuration methods. So here's the content. We got 4. So we start from the first one. What is VLAN? Okay, the first page here, issue facing a traditional Ethernet. So kalau kita seni punya network kan semua pun gunakan switch, okay, layer 2 switch. So you actually can see this is the layer 2 broadcast, the broadcast domain, total of 7 switches. And then when the PC1 want to forward the data to the PC2, valid traffic, junk traffic. Okay, so why they call like that, right? Because when the PC1 is actually sending the unicast frame, okay, so it will actually forward, based on the mapping table, it will forward to the switch 2. Switch 2 receive, and it will forward to the tree and then to PC2. But at the same time, they will also have some. This example assumes that the MAC address entry of the PC2 exists in the MAC address of the table switch 1, 3, 7, rather than the switch 2 and switch 5. So this means these two switch right, they actually don't have the PC2 MAC address yet. Okay, they don't have. So when the PC1 send the unicast frame to the PC2, the switch 2, the switch 2, because it's unknown, it's unknown to the switch 2. That's why it will actually threat the unicast. So to other area. So this switch receiver, they will actually refer to all other PC. But anyway, this unicast is not belong to any PC right here. And same to the switch number 7 as well. Okay, so that's why we call this junk traffic, extra bigger traffic. On a typical switching network, broadcast frame or unknown unicast frame sent by the PC are fed in the entire broadcast domain. The larger the broadcast domain is, the more serious network security and junk traffic problem are. So ia akan tengokkan kita punya size, the scale of the network design. Okay, broadcast the domain that you got, then the broadcast will be actually increased. So ini ya happening ke dulu punya network lah. Traditional Ethernet. So now with the same topology, we've enabled the VLAN, you can able to solving the problem the previously that actually facing. Okay, how to actually using a VLAN to solve this problem? The previous one got too many junk traffic, and now with using a VLAN, does it really make the difference? Okay, the VLAN technology isolates the broadcast domain. Okay, dia put semua itu PC kan di dalam VLAN yang tak sama. Okay, so gunakan VLAN, isolate them, mereka di dalam group yang asing. Okay, characteristic, geographically independent. Only device in the same VLAN can direct communicate at layer 2. Dia ada cakap ni VLAN ialah layer 2 punya technology. So ia sebenarnya isolatekan user di layer 2 punya network. So sekarang, kalau sekarang punya traffic hantar direct PC1, nampak itu kotak kuning kan? So this is a yellow box. So that means the PC1 and the PC2 is actually at the same VLAN. is a same VLAN group. When the PC1 send the broadcast, suppose this broadcast will be actually fed to everywhere, but because with the other PC, right, the VLAN is different. So the broadcast won't be fed to the PC side if they belong to the different group. So now the broadcast will be keep forward. Okay, you can see they only will arrive to the PC2. For other switches, okay, maybe they'll receive the junk traffic. Okay, they will receive, but you'll never forward to the user. You never, because they know no point. The user behind here is actually under another VLAN. So the yellow color box VLAN is not same as the gray color one. So I will not going to fed this message to the other group of the VLAN. Okay, so this is the idea of the VLAN. You use the VLAN to isolate the broadcast. Only the user join to the same group, it will receive the broadcast. So you already know that the function of the VLAN. The purpose for the VLAN is used to isolate the broadcast, put the user under the different group. Now, let's look at this, the principles. VLAN implementation. So assume right now we have got the switch 1 and the switch 2. Okay, the switch 1 got 5 port. The switch 2 also got 5 port. Then the network administrator, it will go to configure the port 1, port 2. You look at the port, the switch 1, yellow color one. This is the VLAN 10. So for those PC connect to these 2 port, right, they'll automatically join the VLAN 10. Then 3 and 4 is a VLAN 20. All right, 3 and 4 is a VLAN 20. So you can see from here. So let's look at this description. Switch 1, switch 2 belong to the network of the same enterprise. VLAN are planned for the network. With VLAN 10 for department A and VLAN 20 is for department B. Employees in the departments A and B are connected to both switch 1 and switch 2. Okay, now assume that the frame sent from PC1 reach switch 2 through the link switch 1 and switch 2. So kalau itu frame hantar director PC1 kan, sekarang dia lalui kan interface ini. Okay, itu link daripada switch 1 pergi ke switch 2. If no processing is implemented, switch 2 can neither identify the VLAN to which the frame belong, nor determine the local VLAN to which the frame should be sent. Okay, so itu frame kan, masa dia hantar kan, mereka akan pergi tengokkan itu so-called the VLAN. Okay, so kalau itu frame daripada VLAN 10, then the switch 2 kan, dia boleh identify. So dia akan pergi tolong cari. You are the VLAN 10, then you only can go to the VLAN 10 port. Okay, it's based on the configurations. So sekarang dia cuba explainkan itu proses. How does a switch identify the VLAN to which receive frame belongs? So ia akan gunakan VLAN tag. Okay, kalau VLAN sudah enable di dalam switch, so itu switch kan akan automatic add the tag to all the frame that you send. So the PC from the VLAN 20, you can see this letter, okay, the table. So it will actually send from one of the PC here in the VLAN 20. So it send out. Okay, so it sent out, and then this data, this is the data. Data in front, they'll add one tag. That means you are actually come from the VLAN 20. So this packet, the frame, will carry the tag, go all the way and search the PC who actually within the same VLAN. Okay, only the same VLAN PC will receive my broadcast. Okay, this is the mean of the VLAN tag. The VLAN will be actually given when your data is sent into the switch the moment. Okay, the switch will actually add the tag for you. For the VLAN framing, original Ethernet frame without any tag. So ini yang biasa punya frame, okay, the common frame. Then the next one, 802.1Q tag. Okay, so itu header for VLAN tag sebenarnya macam tu punya. Dia punya header panjang sikit, so ada TPID, PRI, priority, CFI, dan VLAN ID. Penting yang tegas sini. VLAN ada 12 bit. Okay, so that's means got 4,000. Okay, the VLAN got 4,000 daripada 1 until 4094. Okay, the tag protocol identify TPID. Identify the type of the frame. The value 08100 indicate an IEEE 802.1Q frame. Then seterusnya PRI. Identify the priority of the frame which is mainly used for the QoS. By default, ini gunakan best effort. Okay, hanya kalau that you ada tertentu punya traffic, you sudah highlight gunakan VLAN kan. So you nak fokuskan itu VLAN is more important. Then you might need to touch on this priority, or else we just leave it. Okay, canonical format indicator. Okay, so indicate whether a MAC address is in the canonical format. For Ethernet frame, the value of this field is always 0. Okay, VLAN ID, identify the VLAN. Okay, apa VLAN yang you guna sekarang? 12 bit. So, kalau itu frame kan kita punya data sudah tambahkan tag, manakah itu location of the tag? Okay, it will actually attach after your MAC address. Yang hadapan sini yang kita punya MAC address, itu VLAN tag kan, dia akan masuk di tengah-tengah sini. Okay, the tag is actually is this whole thing. Okay, this entire thing, will be actually become the tag in your Ethernet frame. Okay, a bit like I already create move, but I haven't moved yet. Okay, VLAN implementations. The link between switch 1 and switch 2 carry data of multiple VLAN. In this situation, a VLAN base, the data tagging methods is required to distinguish the frame difference VLAN. The second, IEEE 802.1Q, often referred to as .1Q, dia punya nama, .1Q. See, satu dot, satu and Q, so nama .1Q. Define a system of VLAN tagging for the Ethernet frame by inserting a 802.1Q tag into the frame. So this is their process. The original frame daripada PC1. So PC1 akan hantar ke switch number 1. So switch 1 kan, dia dapat daripada port number 1. Dia tahu kan, PC1 sebenarnya di dalam VLAN 10. So when you send me the frame the moment, I will give you the tag. Okay, yang itu orange color. Okay, you give you the tag. Then for the PC2, when the frame sent into the switch right on the port 4, it will automatically giving the tag number 2. Okay, the tag frame. So this one will be delivered to the switch 2. Switch 2 after receive, you're going to check the VLAN. So this orange color VLAN frame only can go to the port number 2 and port number 1. Okay, for 4 and 3, both these are 4 and 3 is belong to the VN20. So they actually can receive the frame from each other because they are in the same group. And this is the assignment methods. How are VLAN assigned on a network? So here giving a few example. Yang paling pertama punya sini kan, yang paling atas ini, interface-based assignment. So that means when I want to enable the VLAN, right, I have to configure on the physical port. Okay, enable the VLAN on it. So VLAN 10 is enabled on the port 1 and port 3. So 1 and 3, you will belong to the VLAN 10. Then for the gig 002 and gig 004, betul, 2 and 4. Two of these is belong to VLAN 20. Okay. So this is actually based on the port. So kalau you ubahkan you punya PC connection, macam PC 2 ini kan, you pergi connect ke port nombor 1, so then itu PC 2 ia akan jadikan VLAN 10. Okay, so sebab sekarang switch dia tak tengok you punya ID, dia tak tengok you punya IP ke atau MAC address, they don't care. So they just care about that which port that you come to me. Okay, if you come on my port number 1, yeah, you are the VLAN 10. If you come from my port number 2, then you are the VLAN 20. The switch itself is already known. Okay, so then the second, MAC-based assignment. So MAC-based assignment mean dia hanya perlu tengokkan MAC address saja. It will never care that which port that you connect to. So this is the PC that you can see, right? When the PC connect to the port number 1, is always join the VLAN 10. If this one, you're actually changing the MAC address. Okay, right here what they say, VLAN 10, MAC 1 and MAC 3. MAC 1 and MAC 3. So no matter that which port you try to connect, well, port number 1, 2, 3, or 4, right, you can changing your PC 1 to connect to any of the port right here. It will still show you are the VLAN 10. Because this is recognized based on your MAC address. Okay, you always get a fixed address. Okay, then the below here, this is the IP subnet. IP subnet is just steadily configure IP address. Okay, you can configure your static IP. Okay, make sure you are actually under the different range of the subnet. So then the switch will be actually identify you. Dia akan tengok you by IP. Okay, and then check which VLAN that you belong to. Then for the protocol base, so protocol base ni kan, dia biasa pun tengok kita punya IP header. Adakah itu IP header yang IP, IPX, atau IPv6? Okay, and the last one, the policy-based assignment. So policy-based assignment yang ini yang sangat strict punya, sebab ia sebenarnya ialah combination of all. Semua benda yang ada dekat atas. Okay, mengapa? Sebab dia perlukan you gunakan company laptop because the MAC address they already registered. So they were already using this MAC address. And the next one, they also need you to configure the port on every single switch. So you don't need to worry like, today I'll port on the port number 1, tomorrow I'm going to port on the port number 2. So in this case, then the network engineer, they will actually have a lot of load, keep changing the IP address only. Okay, so okay, policy-based assignment. So first ialah interface, tadi saya cakap, dia tengokkan you interface kan. Yang second, dia tengok MAC address. So the other orang boleh replace you. And you have to make sure you are using the company laptop. Number 3, the subnet. So normally for the LAN accessor, some of the device have to set the IP address. Okay, the IP subnet-based assignment. Okay, then the IP subnet protocol. So all those can be used by the policy-based assignment. Okay, interface-based VLAN assignment. Kalau tengokkan interface kan, dia akan checkkan mana satu port you datang, then I akan attachkan itu VLAN based on I punya port configurations. So VLAN are assigned based on the interface. A network administrator pre-configure a PVID for each switch interface and assign each interface to a VLAN corresponding to PVID. After an interface receives an untagged frame, the switch adds a tag carrying the PVID of the interface to the frame. The frame is then transmitted in the specific VLAN. So the default VLAN, the PVID. Okay, you can see this is a range, the range of the VLAN. So I believe the number is actually enough, okay, especially for our the campus network. Oh, this is the second one. The second one is MAC address. So MAC address, they don't care your port. Okay, they don't care one. So then you can keep changing your port to any port that you want. So the switch will actually identify your MAC address. If you are using the MAC address of MAC 1, yeah, you're always getting the VLAN 10. Okay, then for the rest, okay, also this is VLAN 10, and I think the 3 and 4 will be always fixed to the MAC 3 and MAC 4. Layer 2 Ethernet interface type. Yellow color is the access. The red color is the trunk. Access interface. An access interface is used to connect a switch to a terminal. Okay, kita pun panggil ini lah access port. In general, the NIC on such a terminal receive and send only a tag frame. An access interface can be added to only one VLAN. Okay, you nampak yang warna kuning punya. Sini you perlu configure as an access. Okay, and you will need to configure one VLAN for this user. Okay, you perlu configure ini port ialah VLAN 10 ke VLAN 7. Then the trunk. A trunk interface allows the frame that belong to the multiple VLAN pass through and difference the format using the x02.q. Okay, and the last here is a hybrid. So the hybrid similar to the trunk. So, okay, yang access port kan, yang dekat bawah, dia hanya allow satu user satu VLAN. The trunk, dia di antara switches punya, yang merah ini, you boleh nampak. So this is a trunk link. And this trunk link basically can allow the multi-access. Okay, dia tak kisah you punya VLAN. Then the last hybrid, you boleh guna for trunk link atau access port pun boleh. Okay, access interface. Frame receiving. Inside a switch. Oh, so this is not a switch. This is show you the port, and then the access VLAN is 10. So untagged frame when sent into the switch port number 1. So we automatically assign the VLAN 10. After receiving an untagged frame, the interface permit the frame and add a VLAN tag. Okay, second, for this one, after receiving a tag frame, the VLAN ID of the frame is same as the PUID. Okay, after receiving, ini ialah between switch, okay, between the switch, so that's why. Sebab dia dalam sini sudah ada itu tag. Tapi kalau tag dia masuk sini, dia hanya forward saja. The interface discount frame. Oh, okay. So that's mean you sebab you sangat susah nak imagine. Sebenarnya macam tu punya. Dia cakap, sini ada satu switch. Then you punya PC di sini, you connect. So, biasa itu data yang hantar daripada kita punya PC kan. Sebenarnya kita panggil this is the untagged frame. Okay, saya letakkan UF di sini. Okay, it's untagged frame. You send to the switch. Kalau switch nampak, oh, you are the untagged frame and you want to go to the other network, then I will give you the tag. Then that's why you punya data sini kan. Di hadapan sudah ada VLAN tag. Ini ialah dia punya tag lah. Kalau you gunakan VLAN 2, asal 3, example. So the purpose of this is your data. So PC1 send the frame, this is called untagged frame, send to the switcher. Dia nampak you tak ada itu tag kan. Dan apa dia buat? Dia akan tampakkan itu VLAN tag untuk email packet and then forward to the next. Tapi sekarang dia cakap, what if saya tapak itu ini ya, access port dekat sini ya. Kalau access port dia kan, dia sudah terimakan sesuatu, itu data kan yang sudah ada tag-nya. Already got the tag. Nah, example VLAN 5 yang dari bawah tempat yang lain kan, VLAN tag ini datang ke switch ini. Okay, switch akan feel pelik sebab sekarang kan I sini is all configured as the Ethernet. Okay, connector already configured Ethernet. Okay, so it's an access port. So the access port will never accept the tag frame. Okay, you never accept the tag frame. So that's why if you still want to perform this one, you might need to consider to using the hybrid. Okay, then for the sending, just that one is a receiving, right? Then how about for sending? If the VLAN ID of the frame is the same as the PVID, then the interface remove the VLAN tag from the frame and then send out. Okay, sekarang you nak keluar. Tadi kan ialah masuk ke dalam switch. Sekarang kita nak keluar. Itu paket keluar daripada switch. So sudah ada VLAN tag-nya itu frame kan. Ia akan lalui port ini send ke access device. If the VLAN ID of the frame differs from the PID of the interface. Okay, VLAN dulu, dia cuba hantar. The interface discard the frame. Oh, sebab dia discardkan saya punya frame. Yeah, so there's a different case here. So they give you 4 different examples. Then the next here is the trunk interface. Inside a switch, okay, the untagged frame. After receiving an untagged frame, the interface add a VLAN tag with the VLAN ID, okay, being the PVID of the interface to the frame and permit the frame only when the VID is in the list. Okay, so dia sentiasa akan checkkan kita punya VLAN ID. Kalau ada, dia baru kasih you masuk. Okay, kalau tak ada kan, then dia akan based on sendiri dengan PID and then kasihkan you tag. After receiving a tag frame, if the VLAN ID of the frame is in the list and permitted by the interface, otherwise it will discard. And that frame now become a tag frame. So this is what that mean. Okay, kalau ini sebenarnya trunk, you send masuk ke dalam switch, dia akan pergi tengok you punya tag. Okay, tapi sebab ini trunk kan, biasa you pun boleh masuk lah. Okay, PYD sini for trunk ialah 1, tapi you ialah 10 kan. So sebenarnya pun tak match. So you boleh keep you punya VLAN tag and send masuk ke switch. When send out, I think it's also quite similar. If the VLAN ID of the frame is the same as the PID of the interface. Ini 10. Oh, that means sebenarnya itu switch kan, port sini sudah configure PID 10. Dan you punya tag frame sini pun 10. 10 kalau match ya, dia akan removekan your tag. Sekarang you jadi balik untag. Okay, so this one have to take time to master. It's not easy, but I believe also some of you is already have the experience on it. Okay, how to using the VLAN. Okay, now they show you this is the example. Example for frame processing on access and trunk interface. Describe how inter-PC access is implemented in this example. So sekarang punya VLAN ada 10 dan 20. Termasukkan native VLAN. Ini ya defaultnya. VLAN 1 sentiasa ada. So yang kuning punya tempat ini ialah access port. Okay, merah ini ialah trunk. So the PC1 and the PC2 both send the data to the switch 1. So the switch 1 will actually attach the VLAN header to both of the frame. You datang dari PoE 10 kan, you dapat ini. Kalau PC2 dapat datang ke switch 1 kan, dia akan dapat 20. Dan di tengah-tengah sini kan, inilah tak boleh wajar. Okay, so the switch tengah sini. Okay, sebab PUID for trunk biasa kita pergi kita tak usahkan trunk dengan PUID. We just let them using the native. So VLAN 10, VLAN 20 akan hantar ke switch 2, and the switch 2 will look for the list and then forward back to the user. Then this is for the hybrid. So hybrid actually doing the same thing as the access and the trunk. It's just giving you more opportunity only. Okay, you have some additional feature that you can do with using the hybrid. Okay, and that frame send into the switch, right? If you don't have any tag, then I will base on my PVID and offer you the VLAN. Okay, the second, after we receive a tag frame, tadi tak ada tag frame. So sekarang ada tagnya. So tag frame nak masuk ke switch ini kan, then dia akan pergi cari. Okay, do I actually allow you to come? Di sini kan hanya letakkan PVID 1. So I punya VLAN ID tak sama dengan sini. Okay, so high chances that if the VLAN ID of the frame is in the list of the VLAN, ID is permitted by the interface. Okay, so this sent to the switch, and this is come out from the switch. So you can actually check. Example for frame processing on hybrid interface. So let's say now we have a server. Server using the VLAN 100. PC1, PC2 using a different VLAN. So dia tunjuk dua configuration sini. Switch number 1 and switch number 2. Switch 1 interface 1 sini. Priority 10. Sorry. 10 is a VLAN. Okay, VLAN ID is 10. 100 pun ada juga seperti perlu untag. Sebab sekarang kita punya end user ada VLAN 10, VLAN 20, and also the server as well. And you have to repeat the same thing on other port as well. Ini bukan switch di switch 1 punya interface. Okay, so dia perlu untagkan VLAN 20 dan 10. Number 3. Now the 1 is already replaced. So you can see right now they're actually using interface 3 here. This is a trunk link. Okay, so that's why they actually changed to the VLAN 10, then 100. And below here, this is a switch 2. So the list of VLAN permitted by the interface on the switch 2. So interface number 1, dekat bawah sini. So pun buat untag. Untag 1, 10, 20, dan 100. So that means any VLAN also can untag, send to me. When I want to send back to you, Okay, so this one, the face number 3, the POD one. So I have also make sure that the tag here is allowed VLAN 10, 20, and 100. So 10 sebenarnya ada dua fungsi. Okay, so for the switch to right here, okay, they using the tag to forward the VLAN tag frame. Okay, sekarang dia tunjukkan dua PC ini hantar, dua, okay, dia send 10, 20. So actually it's almost the same like that just now. Okay, so the summary. Assess. They just some introduction. Never mind, this one I all went through already. So I'm going to show you the next, the application. Okay, the VLAN planning by service, voice, video, and the data. Okay, kita boleh asing dengan cara macam tu, or you can base on the department like engineering, marketing, financing department. Okay, we can use this VLAN to isolate them into the different department, or you can base the application when for the server, office, and the classroom. Okay, see what they actually want. Oh, dia ini bukan configuration, dia planning saja. Okay. Example for VLAN planning. Assume that they are the building, administrator building, and with the office, classroom, financing sections, teaching building with office and classroom. The following table describes the VLAN plan. X, 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 Y. VLAN 1, 2, dan down that in the future, if you forget already, you can still refer back to this backup. Okay, applicable scenario. There are multiple enterprise in the building. This enterprise share network resources to reduce costs. Okay, network of the enterprise connect to the different interface of the same layer to switch and access the internet through the same egress device. Okay, egress device satu. VLAN assignment to isolate the service of different enterprise and ensure the service security. Okay, how can you do? So now all the group here is a different department, all right, different enterprise. Now, when they want to forward the data to the internet, then, okay, this is the interface. You have to make sure their department is actually connecting to the right port because this is the physical one, the interface space. Sekali lah itu configuration. Okay, now I'm going to start my ESP. Wait, let me check what command else they want us to do. Interface. I'm going to start a new one. Okay, make sure this one you can able to do that. Switch 1, switch 2. And then I will show you my configuration templates.
Sorry, Mr. Roy, PC3 and PC4, that is same.
Oh yeah, because I'll copy and paste the looper. Okay, thanks for reminding me. Yeah, 2.2.4. Yeah, thinking of the command. Okay. Tak perlu letak gateway ya. No gateway is okay. I need to save some space. This one going to move on. We need to go color. Okay, change to yellow box so it's sharp. Okay, interface G001. Link. Default. Pause spelling wrong. Do 20. Ini saya akan gunakan Trump. Oh. Saya guna ini semua. Saya tambah satu lagi. 30. Okay, so this is the configurations on the switch one. Need to test the command. Okay, other problem. I also need to show you the display command. Display We Okay, hope that you guys can manage to configure this one. Kalau dah ada masalah buat di dalam switch 1 kan, then you guys can try to on the switch 2 as well. Can you boleh kan itu router dulu? So you can do it on the switch 2. Okay, make sure that after you already done this configuration kan, switch 1 and switch 2, nanti saya akan review kan answer. Alright, so your PC1 should able to ping to the PC3 and your PC2 can ping to the PC4. Okay, so this is a result that we want to achieve. Okay, PC saya belum buat to IP address. Okay, you guys can actually try to use the command display port Vlan to check your configurations. Display port Vlan. Okay, kalau you tak dapat ping kan, then cuba tengok kan, adakah you configure betul tak? Port 1, port 2 ialah access. Okay, PID 10, PID 20. Okay, so that's mean the PC1 here. Okay, maybe I put the remark. PVID 10. Okay. So you can using this one to check. Okay, your PVID betul ke tidak? Okay, port pertama pergi ke PC1 ialah 10, pergi ke PC2 ialah 20. And then 3 sini ialah trunk. Okay, trunk lepas tu allowkan semua VLAN. Total VLAN yang boleh support di dalam switch kan ialah 1 sampai 4094. Okay, 4000. So I mean any VLAN also can passing through here. This is a trunk. It's like the bridge. Okay. So you guys try to configure this one first. Okay, I hope everyone have no issue on this configuration. Okay, I will show you my second one. Okay, for those who not yet do, or maybe you do already, but you don't know what's going on. Okay, why cannot be reached? So this is my command. Okay, for switch 2. Sebenarnya pun lebih kurang sama. Can all the configuration just have to measure your ports. Okay, port number 1, port number 2, and port number 3. Okay, have nothing wrong. Okay, jangan buat salah saja. Okay, so that's the answer. Okay, sebenarnya pun tak susah sangat lah. Okay, now satu sekarang kalau you sudah configure kan, then when you do the ping and 113. Okay, I will use the PC2 ping. PC4. Okay, pun boleh ping. So you guys try switch 2 being a configuration. So I only touch on the switch 1 and switch 2. You boleh inokkan router dulu. Okay, so boleh for those is already done, right? Okay, let me show you this. I'm just using the Wireshark to capture. Okay, sekarang saya sudah tangkap itu Wireshark. Okay, wow, got so many. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to capture again. Too many Wireshark. Tadi saya terlupa crosskan semua. Okay, I'll capture again. Okay, interface 1, sini 3 dan 1. Okay, 1, 3, 1. So saya ambil Wireshark ialah 1, 3, 1. Okay, 1, 3, 1. So now, boleh try ya. Sebab saya nak tunjukkan you itu tag frame. Okay, how does it actually look like? PC1. Okay, I will try to ping again. Okay, PC1 ping to PC3. So now, in the Wireshark, okay, yang paling pertama ya Wireshark. So look at the ping request. Okay, sini ping request. So itu ping request di sini you boleh nampak. Saya ada frame Ethernet to IP header dan itu protocol. Okay, so di sini kan, you langsung tak nampak ada apa-apa tag. Okay, they don't have any VLAN tag. So that means this is called the common frame. Atau you boleh panggil this is the untagged frame. Okay, this is the untagged frame. So sekarang kita pergi ke trunk sini. Here is the trunk link. Okay, it's a trunk. So saya Samuel trunk di tengah-tengah sini. Okay, this is a trunk. Okay, scroll up, look at the ping request. Okay, ini ping request Nah, sekarang you nampak tak? Compare yang dengan tadi punya, dia tak ada benda ini. 802.1Q langsung tak ada. Tapi sekarang, ya, you boleh nampak. Okay, ada PRI, ini for QoS punya, DEI, okay, sama dengan ID. ID ini ialah VLAN, okay, is a VLAN. So now, that's mean sekarang kita punya VLAN sebenarnya ialah VLAN 10. You boleh nampak, this is the VLAN 10. So the VLAN we will show you is actually from the trunk link. Dalam access link you tak jumpa apa-apa pun. Okay, because the access right only got untagged frame. Sebab kita punya PC pun tak faham tag frame nya. The tag frame only can recognize by the switches only. Okay, the PC they can't able to recognize it. Okay, so that's why hanya di dalam switch you boleh nampak. I mean between the switch, the trunk link right here. And now I show the last one. Ini itu PC 3, PC 3. So scroll up and I find the ping request. Sini langsung tak ada VLAN tag. So again, on the access point kan, mereka tak jumpa apa-apa tagnya. The tag will only occur on the trunk, okay, on the trunk link. Okay, or maybe if you want to see the PC2 right? PC2, you just try. Okay, now PC2 ping to the PC4. Yeah, 2 ping to the 4. Okay, you cuba pergi ke trunk sini di tengah-tengah kan, here. So let me show you this. 2 to 4. Here, okay, 2 to 4. Okay, so saya nampak di sini. Hey, I nampak VLAN 20. VLAN 20. Okay, so because the VLAN PC 2 dan PC 4 di VLAN 20. That's why when they're sending a data, all the traffic will be actually tagged with the VLAN 20. Okay, so these are function of the VLAN. So the reason they're doing this one sebab kalau you tak ada buat cara macam ni nanti kalau PC satu send itu broadcast semua PC di sama dengan network sini kan pun akan dapat itu broadcast. Whether you want or don't want, okay, you tak boleh filter. Tapi sekarang kan saya sudah enable dengan VLAN PC 1 punya broadcast hanya boleh sampai ke PC 3 saja. So PC 2 dan 4 kan selamat. Okay, you will actually save. Okay, so this is the configuration for the VLAN. Okay, so I hope you guys can manage to do this one, the VLAN configurations. Okay, so this is just the basic one, the access. No, this is the pop-based VLAN configuration with using the access and also the trunk. Okay, so you coba buat ini dulu. So if this one is already done, then the next step I will going to show you the hybrid. Yeah, the hybrid configuration. So that's actually more advanced. Okay, got any problem on the configuration, just do let me know. So for those who actually have no issue on this configuration, okay, so you can actually save these configurations. Okay, you can save to do. Switch 1 and switch 2. Okay, since maybe some of you haven't done yet, but it's okay. So I will just leave it here for you guys to actually do this one, or you can do the print screen to keep this one as a reference. Okay, so after the break, we come back, right? Then I'm going to show what is the hybrid and what is the hybrid can able to do for our network. Okay, so I'll set the timer.